Joshua Cleek, spelled C-L-E-E-K. Joshua Cleek. If you're in the stadium, please come to the announcer's booth. Please come up to the press box. I have something important for you. Joshua Cleek, please come up to the press box. Well, we have a quick moment. An extra special thank you to our paint crew for the best looking field all year long. John Hedden, Adam Severe, Floyd Reading, Ron Locke, Jason Tobias, J.R. Boyd, Jimmy Lopez, and Mike Ramirez. Thank you for the countless hours, gentlemen. And a message from the Garces administration and the CIA. These are high school athletes who are performing here today. They are friendly rivals as members of the opposing team. They are not enemies. This is the basic theme of interscholastic athletics, the idea of friendly competition. The visiting team today and in every interscholastic game is a guest of the home team. They are expected to be so regarded and so treated. The officials are people who are assigned to administer the rules of the game. Their experience and integrity qualify them for their part in this scholastic contest. This attitude of sportsmanship must be reflected by all the spectators too, no matter what their personal feelings of loyalty may be to one or the other of the teams. In today's contest, Garces and CIA require good sportsmanship and positive behavior. Student athletes, cheerleaders, band members, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Please always be mindful of your language and actions. The others with dignity and respect. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intended actions.
Not getting anything either.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me now in your headphones?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me, but you can hear yourself?
I can hear you, but I don't know if you hear me.
No, I don't hear you.
Okay. That's
Okay.
the problem.
Shoot. Okay. Okay, so we're going to try talking here to see if they can at least hear it there.
Okay.
Because if we can hear it there, then what I'm going to do is just have one earphone off so I can hear you. You
Okay.
can hear me, and we'll kind of go back and forth with it.
Sounds good.
Watch. Try to talk right now. I won't talk.
Hello? Hello?
So we've got audio there
Yeah.
for you. That means hopefully somewhere it's getting connected here,
Okay.
and we can hear from here to there. So we're going to check to see if on the broadcast it's going.
Okay.
So if you're hearing us, this is Rob Chavez, Steve Curtis from Central Section Outlet here at Garces. So we're just testing out the microphones, the headsets. It's got a big game here, South Yosemite River League, and you can hear Steven?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, so see, I've been getting love taps from Coach Van Horn for about 30 years. Steven, you get to get it now, even though he's way past retired. That's why he's got all that gray hair. All right, so you can hear us both now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Absolutely. Let's
So now, here we go. One of Steven's dreams, be able to do some play-by-play. It's here at Garces. So welcome to the broadcast. Again, we are live on Huddle and on YouTube, on the Garces Athletics page for YouTube and Huddle. So, Steven, you do a lot more research on these games than I do. I get up here and I get to talk and fill some time. You have been breaking down a lot of this league in particular. What were you talking about coming up to this game, and why was it that you picked this one? Because we've got a lot of other games, BCHS, BHS, Shafter, Kennedy, but this game is kind of flying under the radar.
This game really is, because this is Ferguson's revenge game, and Grant Campbell, they were at Frontier 2 years ago, and it's very important to see both these teams clash. Frontier's got to keep winning. They're on a collision course to get a top 4 seed in Division 1. Garces got to keep winning because they're on a collision course to be a top 4 seed in D2. Even if it lost today, it's going to help their strength of schedule according to CalPreps, which is what the CIF uses. So this is really, really important for both teams. And Garces, a good result really benefits them.
Right. So we've got star power here as well.
Nothing but star power.
You were talking about the two receivers, and of course the big quarterback that they've got over there at Frontier. Talk about what they've been able to do, and you've got, of course, was it Watkins? Watson. Sorry,
Watkins and Watson. I mean,
yeah,
they are the show for Frontier in the receiving corps. Big time players make big time plays. They've done it all season. If it's not one, it's the other. Watkins has 6 touchdowns on the season, and Watson is finally getting back to what Kobe Watson did 2 years ago, and that was just dominate the field.
Yeah, you got to imagine, he was dominating 2 years ago as a sophomore.
Absolutely.
Now he's a senior. Where's he committed to? Is he already committed somewhere?
He was.
Okay. And now Watkins, from my understand, is it a New Mexico school that
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now about their quarterback Campbell, who's got a lot of roots right here at Garces and decided to go over to Frontier to go play quarterback over there, and it suited him well. They won a state championship last year.
Brady Campbell's went under a ton of scrutiny this year, but in the big game against Clovis, he really showed up, and in big games, he's just a big game player.
So we're going to take a quick time out here on the broadcast. There's going to be an opening prayer and the national anthem, and we'll be right back. Test. Good.
Yeah, this is going to work great.
Oh, yeah. The Son, Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, in the battle that goes on through life, we ask for a field that is fair, a chance that is equal with all in the strife, and the courage to strive and dare. And if we should win, let it be by the code, with our faith and our honor held high. And if we should lose, let us stand by the road and cheer as the winners go by. Our Lady, Queen of Victory, pray for us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And now, if you please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem as performed by the Garces Memorial High School Band.
Now, hold on just a sec. I'm gonna get my stat sheet going. You want to have a seat on this one?
We have a final in the Louisville-Miami game.
Yeah, Miami.
Louisville Cardinals 24. No longer undefeated Miami Hurricanes 21.
Wow.
The con
Some Friday nights, which is important for Notre Dame because they get a big win. They can run the table and get into the playoff.
Do you think that's your plan?
Yeah, fly over.
These are not your gift.
Yeah.
Let me.
Number 17.
Okay. So now, let me see if I can hear you, Steven.
Can you hear me?
No, but it's okay. I wonder. Yeah, we're trying to get things worked out here. Hoping. Let's see here. Try that now.
Can you hear me?
No.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, again, Rob Chavez alongside Stephen Curtis here. My daughter Paulina Chavez on the ones and twos, getting us live here on Huddle. We're just about to get started. One of the things that I was commenting, I have been around the head referee tonight, Brian Landis, for a couple of different sports for about the last 25 years, and I can tell you, you might see a lot of penalties tonight. He is he's one of the main coordinators and one of the trainers for a lot of the refs around here. So he really likes to at least show all these young refs what to do and how to be able to make the call. So might not necessarily be good for the time. We could be out of here around 10:30, but who knows? They could play a clean game, and we're out here at 10 o'clock.
Nothing surprising me anymore. I was out of Wasco Kennedy at 11, and the first half took an hour and a half because of a stoppage. Then there was a mini brawl. I'm not surprised about anything anymore. It's high school football, and boy, we got a great matchup tonight. Two teams that are on collision courses to get multiple home games in the playoffs. One for Division 1, one for Division 2.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I was really looking forward to this because this is the final home game of the year for Garces, and this is my first year broadcasting for Garces, and I've had a pleasure. I appreciate Joan Finch, our athletic director, one of our administrators of facilities here as well too, Mr. Bill Potter, and of course Principal Noel Leon, also our general manager and guru of football here, Mike Letourneau, who a lot of people know around Bakersfield as a very successful 7-on-7 coach, a very great football mind here, a young football mind. He is down on the sideline too. Got me a nice lid today as Samuel Gonzalez kicks it into the end zone for a touchback. So Frontier is going to start it up 1st and 10 from their own 20. And of course, Grant Campbell, second-year head coach here for Garces, has been nothing but fantastic to me. Really nice guy. I had a chance to talk with him before the game, and he's excited. Coach Bandy, I had a chance to chat with him over at the Hall of Fame last week, and he obviously, they go to week on that, and he was looking forward to Liberty last week, but he said, watch out for Garces.
Absolutely. And they were down 20-0 against Garces, and were able to score 32 unanswered. Campbell single back set.
So now we got the handoff up the middle. That is Mather.
We got a flag.
So what did I say? And who did that flag come from? Came from this in the back. So no, this is probably going to be in the area of holding, unless it was a procedure penalty. Yeah, we got a holding penalty against Frontier, so it's going to back them up to the 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 20.
Frontier has been off schedule a lot this season, whether it's just offensive penalties, just silly penalties that the size of this offensive line, they tend to play very sloppy in the first quarter. They start very slow in game. So this is a great chance for Garces to jump on them early.
Yeah, and they're led by the center, Karsten Campbell, number 71, the junior, who's a state champion and played alongside of some great linemen that had taken off last year, the seniors, as we've got Campbell, his brother, deep shot. It's going to be incomplete. Looks like we've got number 11, Kobe Watson, was the intended receiver, and like I was telling you pre-game, you had safety help on top of Watson.
The best way to get started for this Garces defense is to start being tested by these Frontier receivers. Campbell took a shot. Nolan Watson's one of the best receivers in the entire central section. And well done by Garces. Nearly an interception there for Garces, and would have been great field position.
So 2nd and 20 from the 10. Frontier after that incomplete pass. Another shotgun. Like you said, single set. Campbell gets the snap. Hands it off to Mather. Mather's going to run left side. He's going to try to get outside tackles, but that is going to get wrapped up.
Great pursuit by the Rams on this play. It's going to be 3rd and long, and this is what you want for this Garces defense. Get Frontier behind schedule.
And off the field.
Just get them behind schedule. They struggle when they move the football on 3rd and 19. It's different from 3rd and 10. Yes, it's still long yardage, but 3rd and 19 is totally different from 3rd and 10 because the playbook is so much smaller.
Yeah, I think everybody in the house knows that this is going to be a pass play unless they run some sort of a counter, which, again, they've got really great pursuit linebackers on this Garces squad. Number 20, Isaiah Lafotu, has been Mr. All-Purpose for this defense. As you got Campbell rolling to his right, he looks up, and his pass is going to be incomplete. And looks like that was intended for number 24, David Riley. You said Riley had a really good game last week.
Phenomenal week last week against Liberty. Can't come up with that. And a 3-and-out for the Titans right off the bat. Not even 2 minutes in.
One of the things that you were saying is that you didn't see punts last week, and already first drive you're going to see a punt.
Punt from their own end zone too. I mean, they're backed up. Garces has a really good chance to make it hurt early, get some good field position.
So we got Isaiah Flores back deep to receive for
Look out.
Garces, and that's going to be a short punt.
It's a wobbler.
And they're just going to let this die at about the 39-yard line. Great field positioning to get this drive started for Garces at the Frontier 39-yard line. Only a 28-yard punt.
He's lucky that was not blocked. That gunner came off the edge and nearly got a hand on that football. And that might have created a little bit of pressure to kick the ball quicker, which makes it very hard for the punter to get the ball in the direction that he wanted it to go. Great field position for the Rams.
So that was Braden Boozer, the kicker for just over 10 minutes to play, and we've got whistles before the snap.
Knee pads. They're very keen on that this year with the knee pads, especially in Kern County.
So 64 for Garces is coming out of the game. That's Andrew Perez, one of the starting linemen. You're going to have number 54 checking in. That's Hayden Thacker. Thacker, typically a defensive lineman, and he's going to have to get in reserve duty. And like you said, for those knee pads.
It's crazy because a lot of those coaches want that rule eliminated.
So here we go. Mark Gomez is going to have an opportunity standing shotgun at his own 45-yard line. He's going to look right. His pass is going to be complete to Braxton Shirley. Shirley's going to get out of bounds near the 35. So we're going to have about a 4-yard pickup right there in a 2nd and 6.
Number one target. If Garces has any way to keep Frontier's defense honest, get Shirley the ball as often as you can because he is so dangerous.
So it's been a really long time since I've seen some talented receivers like this all on one side of the ball. On both sides of the football. I mean, we take this back to the 90s. I know it was a long time before your time, Stephen, but we've seen some fantastic receivers, especially for guys like Charles Woolfolk over at BHS on the same field as Kenny Calvin, who was a receiver at one time. And on the other side, you get guys like Antoine Cleveland, cousin of mine, father of A.J. Cleveland, who's on the same field when it was BHS West. So now you've got to hand off to Newsom.
Like 3rd and long.
Cannon Machado, a sophomore out there, and he is 2nd on the team in total tackles, wearing number 0 out there. Also a pretty good baseball player.
Be 3rd and long. Quick slants for Garces. You got it. Because if you don't get this first down, no doubt in my mind they go for this.
Yeah, it's 4-down territory right here. Although they've got Samuel Gonzalez out there with a big leg, he practices from about 50 and 55 yards. Coach Campbell, I don't think is really comfortable with anything outside of 40 yards. So 3rd and 6 from the 35. Gomez, we got a snap. Could be a free play.
It could be a free play.
So Gomez is going to look up. He doesn't see anybody. He's finally going to get. It's going to be intercepted.
It's intercepted by Makai Watkins, the younger brother of Malcolm.
And so we've got a penalty flag, and we're going to see what's going to be the call here. So it's the illegal shifting against Garces.
Pick.
So
Frontier ball.
Not too sure if Gomez thought that this was going to be a free play or not, because in that situation, typically what you're going to try to do is throw that thing out of bounds.
Well, the flag came out so quickly, sometimes you really don't know if it's a free play or if it's going to be on Garces. Way to go for Frontier to keep on playing and get the turnover.
So the ball is going to be spotted at the 29-yard line of Frontier, 1st and 10, with 9 minutes to play.
Let's see if Frontier can stay on schedule on this drive now that they got a little bit of momentum. Hand off to Mather.
Mather's going to take it right side, and you got Laterno and Lafotu out there with the tackle. Mather's going to pick up about 2 yards. He's going to have 2nd and 8.
Once again, the great pursuit by Garces. They have really keened in on this run because Frontier killed Liberty on the run last week. especially in the second half.
It's been their bread and butter all year, Steven, is just that pursuit. They've got a lot of high motor guys on that team, especially the Mike linebacker and LaFotu. You also have Quinlan Cronfield on the left side over here on left edge. Sylvester King lined up right over center. He's going to have a bull rush. They go right past him, but Cronfield, it's going to be number 54, Thacker, that moves on down the line to be able to pick up Mather after a 1-yard carry, so it'll be 3rd and 7.
It's not even as impressive as the guy who made the tackle. The nose guard got through the gap,
right,
which made Mather change his approach and have to go left. It would have been to make it a stretch play. And it still led for Garces to get the tackle. This is a big 3rd down here early in this game. And Garces is on schedule defensively. Frontier is not offensively.
So what you'll notice is that King, who's now on right defensive end, usually likes to try to time up those snaps, but he's also been guilty of a lot of offsides this year because of it. So we got 3rd and 7. Campbell's pass going to be complete to Watson. He's going to get away from 1 tackle. He's going to go away from 3 tackles. We're going to see who has it. Gus just had the ball first. And it's going to be
no signal.
No signal yet from, and now we do this football. And what a great play. Not too sure who got that one out. We'd like to see if we can hear from turnover. But we did have somebody put it in the back. Not too sure if it was LaFotu that got back there, but somebody was able to come in pursuit right behind Watson as he was coming across field. And usually what you want to do in that situation is know where you're at, put your head on a swivel to see if anybody's going to be able to poke out that ball. Big mistake right there for Watson. 1st and 10. Garces from their own 47.
Those plays always result in turnovers, unless you know where you're at. Like you said, they always create turnovers. We got a whistle, timeout, Garces.
So, again, this was one of those keys that Coach Campbell was saying, we want to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes tonight. Because they have made their fair share of mistakes in games even that were going their way. They've usually led in terms of penalty yards. They've usually lost the turnover battle. But tonight, they're going to try to turn the tide, and that's what they're going to need to do against a team that is physically bigger than Garces.
The Holy Ball. Memorial was up 10-7 at half. Garces had the ball at the 20-yard line twice. They turned it over. What happened in the second half? They got 28 unanswered points. They got a pick 6. They created 3 turnovers. That's what's going to take to win this game tonight against a very, very good Frontier team who's beaten Clovis this season.
So once again, after the timeout, 1st and 10. Once again, from the Garces 47. Now we've got a penalty.
Jump.
Wow.
Frontier to jump. It's going to be 1st and 5.
Looks like they got Nathaniel Neal to jump off, number 78. Now it's going to be in plus territory at the Frontier 48. And as we are watching this game, of course, we talked about it. I'm a big Dodger fan, Steven.
5-0. I got the up.
Garces, Shohei Ohtani, I think he was tired of hearing people saying he was having a slump. 3 home runs tonight. Probably over 1,200 feet of home runs as well, too, as we've got
Gomez. Caught Shirley.
Shirley's going to be out of bounds. And again, what they did right there in that situation, they got Shirley in on a one-on-one because you released Flores, who took 2 guys over the top, and you just hit that out route just to be able to get maybe a couple of yards. Maybe got a yard to the 47, so it sets up a 2nd and 4.
It's the same route they hit earlier on 1st down on their first drive. Just get the ball to Shirley. Get it to her as much as you can because he is a player that relies on getting the football as quick as possible. And they're on schedule, 2nd and 5.
So Gomez.
Single back set, Newsom in the backfield.
Oh, we've got some guys jumping off sides.
It's going to be 2nd and 10.
So they're going to get that 5 yards back. And again, this is what we're talking about with Garces, a young team. And a lot of times what you see out of these young teams is that going to be a little undisciplined.
That's what, and that just It's the building blocks of the foundation for Garces. It's the little things that matter. And you don't want to give up penalty yards to a Frontier team that boosts off of big plays and penalty yardage. Shotgun set for Gomez.
2nd and 10.
Trips left. Shirley in the slot. Gomez.
Gets it out to Shirley.
Shirley again, his 3rd catch of the game, and he's out of bounds. It's going to be about a 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Rams as they are in plus territory.
Brought down by number 6, Brandon Thomas for Frontier. Thomas, a senior. Get it up to the 47-yard line, so it's a gain of 6, and we're going to have 3rd and 4. Very manageable 3rd down here for Garces.
Yeah, no kidding. You have the playbooks open here. You could do it. You could do a draw. You could do slants. You could do a simple out route that's been working.
And one of the things we haven't seen yet is Daniel Newsom or Colby Dilly get the football yet. And Dilly is in the backfield. They got I formation. Now you split out Newsom, who's going to come into a tight end set. Motion man is Flores, and now we've got penalty before the snap.
This is going to be another timeout. They were right. That play clock was winding down. The official was counting.
Yep, and that's the 2nd timeout for Garces. So they've got another one again.
Down to 1 timeout already. It's excruciating as a head coach to be in that situation. Only 5 minutes in, and you can't run a play, and you have to burn a timeout because of it.
So you got a chance to, before the game, get to meet the legend, John L. Fanucchi, down on the football field. Longest tenured head coach here at Garces Memorial High. He's come back and had a 2nd career, really a 3rd career, because he retired, then came back, and he's teaching math.
That's awesome.
And he is the official ambassador of Garces Athletics and Garces overall. So here we go, 3rd and 4. Gomez trying to get that hard count.
They were in a bunch. Now they spread out.
Check out of that play. Now you got an empty set. Trips right. Twins to his left. Gomez out of the shotgun. He's going to look up, and he's going to have a man.
What?
That was wide open.
Gomez pass intended for
Dilly would have had nothing but green grass in front of him for 6 points, and it's going to go incomplete, setting up a 4th and 4.
I know Gomez wants that play back. That is textbook of what they are teaching down at Garces. That safety was not going to come down fast enough. Michael Hanks saw it late. And if Gomez takes a split second to take his time, that is 6.
Again, we just talked about how we hadn't seen Colby Dilly or Newsom as Dilly splits out right. Gomez on 4th and 4. Going to look up. Doesn't have anybody. He's going to have pressure, and he's going to go down. Somebody's helmet came off. That was number 56 for Garces, who lost his helmet, Donovan Quezada. Nonetheless, that's going to be a turnover on downs. Gomez was able to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Gets
His tackle.
on downs in a big play, and both teams have made mistakes early on, but Frontier, with their best field position of the night, can they capitalize?
47. Your Braxton Shirley really emphatic down there on the sideline, trying to get his offense to tighten up. So now you get Campbell out of the shotgun. 1 man split to his left. 3 receivers to the right. He gives it to Mather. Mather's got Sylvester King right behind him, and King is going to be able to chase him down from behind. And I'll tell you, as good as Mather is, he is meeting his match today with this Garces defensive line.
The old line is getting no push. The defensive line has won every single rep, every single run rep. They're winning up front and dominant right now.
So gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9 from the 48-yard line. They gave that half tackle to both Lafotu and King. So now you got Watson splitting out alongside Riley to the left.
Watkins is in a one-on-one with very little safety help over the top.
We got, looks like it's going to be
a delay game.
delay. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to back it up. 2nd and 14. We're going to try to keep everybody up to date as well, too, with some of these scores from around the area as well.
Drillers went 10 minutes and missed a field goal, so we have no score with the Drillers and the Eagles.
That's out at Bakersfield Christian.
It's out at Bakersfield Christian.
So you go, Sylvester King lined up over center, over guard one time, and now we got now they're on a counter, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards to the 46-yard line. So to bring up 3rd and 11. And one of the things that Garces has done really well so far all the year is really not giving up any powers inside the tackles. Even on a counter like that, where it was a little bit of a delayed handoff, everybody stayed at home, and they were able to pick up a good tackle after 3 yards.
Nothing is fooling them. They try this trap play, Frontier, and Garces is still getting penetration up front.
Now it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Coach Bandy's coming out to the field. Got some other highlights here from our neck of the woods. They're out at Independence. Highland Scots are down 12-0 in the first quarter. Ridgeview up early against Stockdale at Stockdale. That's a non-league match. You got Tehachapi at West High coming down from the mountain, and they're tied 7-7. Shafter with an early lead in Delano, 14-7 over Kennedy.
I just don't see how Kennedy's going to stop the pass offense of Shafter. They're so lethal, and they gave up 55 points just running the football from Wasco.
Wasco in a cloud of dust. The Wasco Tigers. And a guy this is what makes me feel, Stephen. The head coach for Wasco is a guy I coached against.
Wow.
When he played baseball for Wasco. Now he's the head coach. And his uncle's doing a fantastic job over at Foothill. His dad's good dude. He's also one of the offensive coaches up there for Wasco. The Weedle family synonymous with Wasco. So here we go. Over the middle. And that's going to be behind his receiver and incomplete. It was intended for number 2. Adam Taylor.
It was blanketed, though. There was no way that ball was going to be complete. That was great coverage by Garces.
So it seems like this Frontier offense a little frustrated by the Garces defense, especially when you get guys who we don't even have highlighted here as intended receivers out there because they got to try something different. 4th and 11 from the 46.
They were technically in no man's land even. That's another
end over end.
Not the Garces bounce. This is favorable for the Rams.
Yep. So the ball is going to be touched down at right about the 27-yard line, it looks like. So Garces is finally going to have it deep into their own area. They've had some favorable starting positioning so far tonight. This isn't going to be one of them. So we've got just under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Still no score here at Sam Tobias Field. Garces is going to be starting their 3rd drive of the day. First one was stopped after 3 plays and an interception. Last time, Rams picked up a first down, but then after that, were stalled and had a 3-and-out.
And then the second drive, it was an interception by Gomez to, I forgot who it was. It was on the notes.
Yeah, it looks like number 3 had the interception for Frontier. And Gomez is going to open. It's out of bounds. Billy tiptoed. And he got it all the way down to the 8-yard line. So we talked about this being the opportunity for Garces to sustain a drive, but very right to the shoot. Gomez opens up the top of the defense right there. Is able to get a first and goal down to the 8-yard line. Call that a 65-yard play right there down to the Frontier 8-yard line.
Frontier was so focused on Shirley that it let the door open for Colby. And now it's first and goal Garces.
By far the longest play of Colby Dilly's career. One of the longest pass plays of the year so far this year for Garces. Now you've got Isaiah Flores in the backfield. Dilly in motion. Then you get
Down?
Stepped out of bounds. My goodness, I don't. Wow. So
Down at the 1.
I think maybe he stepped out of bounds before he extended the football. What an athletic play. He bobbled it, caught it on the 3, and then tried to hold on, secure it, stick it onto the pylon. He stepped out of bounds just a little bit shy of it. So 7-yard reception right there.
Be a
Second
sneak.
and goal.
There should be a sneak right up the middle with Gomez. You're at the 1-yard line.
Gomez to get a sneak. And Garces.
What a phenomenal play. That was so fast.
3 plays, 73 yards for the Rams. Wake up, ghosts of Garces. We've got some competitive right here.
You know how much Ferguson wants this game after losing his job? Technically didn't get a ring, didn't get to be on the field with Frontier after everything that happened. How much does Ferguson want this for this team? What a start for the Rams.
Wow. Samuel Gonzalez is going to be out for the extra point. Got a good snap, a good hold. The kick is good and good.
What a start. Got another update. This one from the coast. Arroyo Grande leads St. Joseph 13-0 at halftime.
Wow.
St. Joseph has won 7 straight. Their only loss being to Tulare Union. And right now they're in that kind of pickle where they're either going to be a low
seed in one
in D1 AA or they're going to be a top seed in single A.
So now in that D1 single A, that is 8 teams. Is that right?
Right now I have
Okay,
right
so
now I have 8. And right now I have 7 in the big boy division.
but either way, how it's structured is it 8 teams in 1A,
Yes.
8 teams in 1 double,
Correct.
and then you've got 16 in 2, 2 through 6. Okay.
But with the new rule, I don't see the brackets being filled up.
Copy that.
You have to be 25% of that division in order to move up.
Gotcha. All right. So here we go. Sammy Gonzalez is going to kick it off.
And this one's going to go right.
Going to go into the end zone, and that's what Sammy Gonzalez has done all year long. And that's a weapon for a lot of teams to be able to make sure that teams starting off at the 20-yard line every single time.
Now Frontier has to have some sort of urgency. Garces just went down the field and scored. Frontier has a capability of guys to be able to do the exact same. But it all starts on getting on schedule. We have an update. Bakersfield High takes the lead 7-0 with a Lomax 2-yard rushing touchdown. The Drillers lead the Eagles 7-0.
So here we go. Campbell hands the ball off. Got a new running back behind him. He's going to be able to give that off. I'll give you a number here in just a second. Looks like that is number 5, Adrian Walker.
Adrian Walker.
35 carries for 205 so far this year. Almost 6 yards a carry. He's got a touchdown. Had a long of 29. I think they just needed a change of pace back. That was good for them because they picked up about 7 yards maybe make it 8. So it'll be 2nd and 2 from the 28-yard line. Kronfeld, one of the seniors that was honored today, as it is senior night here at Garces, got that last tackle once again.
Walker again, and he's going to get the first down.
The difference between Walker and this is that he's got that little bit of a shiftiness to him where he's a little bit quick, twitchy, and he's waiting for to open up.
He's got first, too.
It looked like it as he picked up 5 yards here to the 33-yard line on a first down for Frontier. So quick 13 yards on 2 carries for Walker, right at about his average. As now you're going to see Kobe Watson split out to the right. Single coverage with help. Laterno over the top. Campbell.
Hand off.
Hands ball to Mather. Mather's got it.
Getting space. He gets to the corner. Flag down.
So that's going to be in the area.
Down at the 40.
Typically that's in the area of holding. So it's going to be at the 40-yard line, so we're going to see what the call is.
The call, it looks like it's coming back.
And again, one thing I told you, watch out for the referee. He loves his flag. I'm sure Coach Van Horn remembers this very well. I don't know if he's listening right now as he's watching that VHS game. Brian Landis.
Thanks for replay first down.
As I get an acknowledgement for Coach over here. So it's going to be a penalty. It takes him back to the 30-yard line. So first and 13 after the hold from the 30.
Checks out of it. Double back set. Tight end off ball.
Sylvester King lined up right over Karsten Campbell.
Mather. He's got space to
and he's going to go right down. And a great open field tackle right there. Looks like that was number 6, Isaiah Flores, one of the defensive backs here. Yeah, Isaiah Flores, a sophomore, was one of those guys that Laterno had brought over. Was a part of a lot of their 7-on-7 teams back in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, playing with Brody Laterno, number 7. So you've got some really talented defensive backs back there. 4-yard pickup right there. 7-yard pickup. So it's going to be 2nd and 6.
Once again, just the 2 high safeties. You can't try and get these one-on-one matchups because if Frontier gets one, they're going to take advantage.
Mather takes the ball left side. He's going to rush it just past the 40-yard line. He's going to pick up a first down for Frontier.
Less than a minute to go.
Tackle was made by number 12. It's Cameron Kelly.
For the first quarter. And
34-yard line, 7-yard carry for Mather. 10 Frontier. 45 seconds remaining in this first period. And again, we got a listener, another former Garces legend, Eric Coffrin, listening to us. Eden's dad. They're driving home. They're up north for a water polo tournament. As we get
multiple flags.
And that's going to be, looks like that was Walker once again.
I think they're going to get 55 for tackling. I think it was Thacker.
Yeah, typically, you're not supposed to be able to do that. Pancakes are good, tackles are bad when you're on the offensive line. So it's going to be a holding. So it's a 10-yard penalty from.
That's LJ Riley.
So they're going to bring the ball all the way back to the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. So again, the one thing that I've seen in the 3 previous games that I've done for Garces this year is that, again, Garces is usually behind the 8 ball when it comes to defensive penalties.
Yeah.
Frontier is the one that's been making a lot of these mistakes here on their own, self-inflicted wounds, like my buddy Kenny Calvin says, the SIWs.
You cannot.
The last play of this quarter is you get Malcolm Watkins. Try to get the open space. Was Watkins on that end around? Like you said, nowhere to go. Isaiah Flores and Cameron Kelly both in on that tackle there. And that is going to be it. first quarter. Steven, you huddle for Garces Athletics. We're going to take a quick timeout. We back for the second quarter.
Just go see if you can get. Will they give you one?
Wow, that's a close score. Columbus North leads Buchanan 7-3. Redwood Golden West, I had my eyes on that one. That's 10-7.
Redwood Golden West.
Yes. I had my eyes on that one because that's basically the league championship. Golden West beat Porterville last week, 40. Oh, no, correction. Porterville beat Golden West last week, 49-39.
All right, and we are back here on Huddle and YouTube. Rob Chavez and Stephen Curtis from Central Section Outlet. Follow him on Instagram if you haven't already done so, and all the social media platforms. I thank him for giving me some company here tonight on the broadcast. As you got Campbell, who's in trouble. He's going to no should just nowhere to go, and that is not a good one because that should be, if it's not a spot,
it's a loss of down and it's a spot
foul. Or are they going to do the 5 yards in the? Because again, I'm not always adept with these new.
I think it's the spot and loss of down.
I know it's a loss of down
because he was nowhere close to getting that back to the line of scrimmage.
Was he outside of the tackles? And nobody's out there.
It was not.
So it's a spot down in the front of them. So, I don't know, Coach. I don't know.
5 yards.
We got started a prayer.
He said, we might as well quick kick it. So the ball is all the way back. It looks like at the
20.
No, we're at the 16.
16. Wow.
16-yard line. So we have a loss of.
So they have to get to the Garces 46. Campbell, deep shot.
And it's going to be a prayer. It's Isaiah Flores. He's going to have room. He's going to sideline and get him. And he's going to get Garces. This place is rocking, Stephen.
Campbell at the desperation. Almost got it to Watson. That's why you play too high over the top, especially on their best player, because of plays like that. And he had great blocking, great field position for the Rams. And boy, this is stunning right now.
So on a 2nd and 38, they decided to go for that prayer. That was a heck of a punt if you really wanted to say it, but the problem was the coverage wasn't too good as they were able to get it down now to the 23-yard line.
By Flores.
So now it is at the Frontier 23. 1st and 10. Got a man in motion. Now they give it to Newsom. Newsom on left side takes it up to about the 19-yard line, it looks like.
They gain a 6, looks like.
Second time.
The ball's actually to the 18, gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
The stretch plays are just so dangerous when everybody's on their assignment.
And again,
they're keeping Frontier honest.
Right, and you usually, when you got a guy, you got a weapon like Watson, yeah, you can try to throw it up there, but you got some really talented defensive backs here for Garces as well, too. They're ball hawks.
No question.
Even though they're giving up about 5 or 6 inches to Watson, they'll still go up and get it. As we got ball handed off again to Newsom. Newsom now on right side. Basically, it was the same type of play that they ran over on the other side. They bring it up right side, pick up maybe a yard.
I try
So
and
now it's up to 17.
I try and run it left again because the heart of that defense is on that right side of that defensive line with Riley and Campbell, with Riley out there.
That was pretty much a Cam Scatteroo type call right there.
Third
Yep.
four.
My Giants right there, Steven.
They're impressive, and Dable made the switch when he needed to, because if he didn't, he probably was going to lose his job. So,
So here you go. Shirley in motion. Take the handoff to Dilly. Gomez going to roll. We got a penalty flag. It's probably going to be a holding. So Gomez is probably just going to want to get out of bounds. And in that situation right over here, though, Steven, he ran out of bounds where he decline this. Andy is going to know that, yeah, he's not going to take this. Holding. So decline.
wow.
Coach, why is he running out of bounds right there? Coach Van Horn is that would have right, yeah, we'll decline that all day long. And now we're gonna have Samuel Gonzalez. So watch out for this one right here, Steven. Right now we're looking at a 45-yard kick and a personal best right here for Samuel Gonzalez.
Did you see? Not too often you see long kicks from high school players. I mean, this is a college level kick right here.
It's going to be the holder. Samuel Gonzalez on to attempt the 45-yard field goal from left hash. Good snap. Good hold. Samuel Gonzalez. No! 75-yard kick for Samuel Gonzalez.
It was 9:40.
Yeah, room nothing but this.
So
That's the way to catch turnover. You get points off turnover. That's football games. That's how it's done, Garces. What a kick.
So despite that loss of 11 yards back to the 28-yard line, on a 4th and 15, Samuel Gonzalez goes out there and lines up. He says, you know what, Mark? You don't worry about that mistake. It doesn't matter.
Los Angeles 5.
10-0 Rams.
Wow. Just Frontier was down. Let's keep in mind, Frontier was down 20-0 last week to Liberty. When is that sense of urgency going to click in for the Titans? Because we know that they have it. But it's concerning to see Frontier start slow. In almost every game they played it.
Yeah, and again, you can't necessarily do that in the playoffs, you know?
Especially against the Clovis schools, Clovis High,
Central,
Clovis North, Central, Clovis West.
St. Joe's.
Exactly.
As we get a final in LA, Champaign down there, Stephen. 1 Dodgers. They win it. And how many times you've never heard this? Nobody has that's alive walking this earth have ever heard a starting pitcher win a game and hit 3 home runs.
Unbelievable.
Guys, a
It was
cheat code.
Shohei's day. It was Shohei's day.
I think he was tired of hearing it all from everybody.
I mean, he was, 2 for 15 in the
He
season?
was pretty terrible. He's batting up $143. 9:41 remaining in this first half. And Frontier's going to start it after the touchback. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Broken play right here. And we did not see Campbell in on that play. It was another quarterback.
Snap.
Yeah, like you said, it was a direct snap. That was Mather. So you got to figure there might be something, could be something wrong here with Campbell if he's out.
Checks back in.
Okay, so he checks back in. Maybe it was an equipment issue. We'll see, but either way, that was a pretty good run of about 7 yards up to the 27-yard line for Mather.
Campbell's lined up as receiver.
Yeah, you're right. You got Mather.
Wildcat.
Mather hands the ball off.
Snap penalty. It's going to come back. A little extra, a little shove, extracurricular. Nothing to warrant a penalty, but
So the ball was handed.
To number 1, Malcolm Watkins.
It's like one of the Frontier receivers never got set, so I believe this is an illegal shift. Could be a shift or a motion.
Yeah.
Going to be second and
Brings the ball back to the 22-yard line.
But I mean, this is Frontier's problem all season. Is they have just been behind the sticks, and it's silly penalties.
Here we go, Campbell. Back in at quarterback, and he's going to have a lot up the sideline. There he goes. He's at the 40, 35, 30. Finally going to get brought down out of bounds. He actually stepped out of bounds before he could be tackled. That's going to be down at the 30-yard line. First down for Frontier. By far the biggest play of the game for Frontier.
That's what they needed, one. Number two, it's so hard to tackle a quarterback because you don't know if they're sliding or not.
49-yard run right there for Brady Campbell. Not too sure if he's ever had a run that long.
Boy, it's a spark that the Frontier needed. Hopefully they can cash in with some points here.
1st and 10 from the Garces 30-yard line.
Looking like single high safety, so this is one-on-one matchups here.
Send it off to Mather. Mather right up. Touchdown, Titans.
And they strike in a blink of an eye. All it took was two really big plays. And Talon Mather right up the gut. And it's a 30-yard touchdown. And Frontier answers right back off the field goal.
And that was a gap that you haven't seen against this Garces defensive line really all season, at least since I've been watching these games. And they really cut that hole right on right side, that A gap power. Excuse me, that was more of a B gap. Right side power. And here we go. We got kicker out there for Frontier, number 37, Braden Boozer, out to attempt the extra point. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 10-7 Rams. And like you said, they made it a little bit exciting here. And speaking of exciting, I can tell you, we got all these games going on around us. My alma mater team, the school I work at, the East Bakersfield Blades, are down 14-7 to the top seed in the Mountain League, North High.
North High.
About a stone's throw.
North High has been very good this season, and they're going to make some noise in that. They're probably going to be in Division 4. They're going to make a ton of noise. But right now, the top team in D4 no one wants to play is the McLean Highlanders. They're undefeated, and they are rolling.
wow, McLean. I tell you, that's a
blast from the past right there.
Shout
McLean
out
High.
Coach Pancotti for doing an unbelievable job with the Highlanders. They've only surrendered 17 points in 7 games.
That's amazing. I mean, that is old school BHS stuff that you used to hear about right there.
Right?
17 points. I mean, that is less than 3 points a game. How many shutouts have they had so far this year? That's just a defense right there. So yeah, a lot of my buddies are texting me. They are fired up. Dodgers are going to the World Series. As we're sitting here watching an exciting game here as well. Frontier is going to be kicking off, and looks like we've got a penalty on the kickoff.
Looks like he ran past the kicker, and they're going to back it up 5.
The Dodgers are headed to the World Series. We hear a smattering of boos after that announcement. The Dodgers are going to the World Series. Only a smattering. This is Dodger country around here, Steven.
Nah, no kidding.
Again, that's video game stuff. That's when you build on MLB The Show. You're going to get Guy hitting 3 home runs, striking out 10, getting a win.
Unbelievable. He's different.
It's like watching 12U baseball.
Yeah.
Biggest kid on the team. Yeah. So here we go. Kickoff is going to be taken by Kelly. Kelly at the 19-yard line. Kelly with a couple of good moves, and he's going to get it up to the 39-yard line.
Once again, very good field position for the Rams.
Oh, now we've got some extracurriculars. And again, one of the things,
That should be a flag.
there's a penalty flag, and that's going to be
It's going to be 15
number-
on Frontier.
number 25.
They always get the second guy.
David Placencia was over. And the thing is that here's, again, another thing that Coach sage words from Coach Van Horn back in the day. You don't do that stuff on the opposing sideline. I mean, know where you are, look and see what color jerseys are standing on the sideline. If it doesn't look like you, don't do anything. Just go right back to your sideline.
Unless they're going to be offsetting.
All right.
Wow. Just crucial penalties. I mean, the silly penalties that Frontier's committed, the unnecessary roughness penalties. This is silly stuff. That's what Frontier's that's what their Achilles heel is this season.
Again, these are the things that we've been watching the Rams do every year. And, you know, I did tell Coach Campbell, I said, hey, I think if we limit the amount of penalties on our side, you got a shot. And he goes, I agree. So now you got Mark Gomez starting at the Frontier 45, 1st and 10 for Garces, 8 minutes to play. Gomez's pass is complete. Great catch right there by Shirley because he took a hit right as soon as he had that in his mitts. Number 3, Mekhi Watkins in on that tackle.
How fast does Garces want to play? They're kind of in control on offense. They're getting 5-6 yards on first down. They're being very consistent.
Yeah, and really, Garces can play like this. They can play the slow game. They can work the clock, sustain drives, and that's what they want to do.
Got another false start.
You see, like you said, Tyler Ferguson down there with his hands on his shoulders or on his hips, thinking, "What are we doing here?"
He's just a passionate football guy. 2 years ago, when they had Malachi Statler and arguably the best offense in the entire section, losing to Frontier in the quarterfinal on a last 5-second touchdown. And then Central made the final that year, lost to Clovis North.
Again, that was one of the most epic games that I'd ever watched, Stephen, as we got the ball handed off to Dilly. Dilly does a good job of missing a tackle. Now we do have a flag.
This looks like it's coming back.
Yeah. And again, in that situation, the play was already by you. Now, usually what happens is when you're a lineman down there or even a receiver, as soon as you see your guy get past you, you let go immediately so that this way you're not getting called for that holding.
Absolutely.
So now
on Shirley. This one's on Shirley.
And we just talked about how you got to limit the amount of penalties, and that Garces is doing a really good job. I think I jinxed him. So now it's going to take it back to the Garces 46-yard line. So it really goes to, looks like a loss of 10 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 19 after the 10-yard penalty.
Now you back them up to about 45-yard line and 2nd and 19. Single back set.
A lot of motion now in this situation. They checked out of that old play.
This looks like a run play here. This is going to be a run right up the middle and see how tough you are.
Matthew Aon checks in on the game. They got Shirley.
Back to pass.
Gets it off of that motion, and Shirley is going to be up the sideline. He's going to pick up a chunk of those yards down to about the 40, let's call it the 46-yard line. So he picks up, call it 8 yards, maybe 10 yards.
Make sure they're having a problem with Shirley. It's just these simple routes, and he's still getting 9-10 yards on these plays. It's problematic for the Titans.
So a pickup of 8. Now we've got 3rd and 11. Ball now on the plus side of the field for Garces at the 46-yard line. Ayon back, the deep set back with Gomez. Gomez with twins to both sides. Sets up to pass. He steps up in the pocket, flushed out, slings it out to number 4, and he's going to have a first down and more. He's going to go up and out of bounds. First down for Garces. That was number 4, Treson Wallace, the first time we've seen Wallace get the ball today.
What a veteran throw by Mark Gomez. That, as a sophomore, that looked like he's played the game for many, many years. Rolling to his right. Okay, first option's not there. Okay, go to your left. Okay, I have Treson Wallace. Great move by him on the curl route to turn it upfield and get the first down.
17-yard connection right there. Wallace, again, in motion now. Finally going to get him a little bit of a look, and they've got to really account for him. And they got him on the same side as Shirley. Fumbled snap. Gomez is going to fall down on it. So it's going to be a loss of a yard back to the 30-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 11.
Trying to jump ahead, you move 2 steps forward, but then you move 2 steps back. That's what happened on that play.
And a lot of connections, too, here as well. We got Tyler Ferguson, you were talking about, and who was his quarterback coach? Guy right over here, Rick Van Horn. Yeah, got him recruited, got him going to the next level. He was once a James Franklin guy. James Franklin, now no longer employed, but walking away with $49 million.
Yeah, he just wasn't getting the job done at Penn State, especially when they lost 3 in a row.
Gomez takes a hand off to Dilly. Another flag, pass back. Looks like it's Flores. Flores is going to close to a first down. Now we've got a penalty flag. So here's what's going to happen. They're
offset because another one of Garces' offensive line did not get set, and then just another extracurricular penalty on Frontiers.
Again, if you're Coach Bandy over there on the other side, you got to be tearing your hair out right now. And I know he keeps it short, but whatever hair he can pull, he's going to pull on. That would have been 2nd down and long in that situation. But now we're going to have an offset. They're going to replay this thing, all because you had a late hit.
That was a late hit.
So if both fouls are going to be enforced, then they're going to march it back 5 and then march it up.
That's a first down.
Looks like we're going to find out. They're going to replay the down, they said. So it's only going to be a 10-yard penalty because it was 11 yards to go. It's going to be a 2nd and 1.
Run the ball. You are so physical up front. Run the ball. Play with confidence.
That's Dilly. Dilly's going to be up near a first down. He's got it. And so this is going to give Garces a fresh set of downs from the 16-yard line. Gain of 4. And that's a really good service play, just be able to pick up another set of downs.
They're keeping Frontiers defense honest right now. And I know those corners are getting very frustrated just with these short routes. And Ferguson is calling a phenomenal game plan so far.
When in doubt, you throw it out in the flats and you see what's going to end up happening. And again, this is impressive too, because if you notice, you got none of these Garces coaches with headsets. That means they are making all these calls from down on the ground. They have nobody up here. Frontier's got about 3 guys that are up here calling offense and defense.
No question.
Dilly and Newsom in the backfield. They pitch it out on sweep to Dilly. Dilly's got a couple ahead of him, but from the defensive backfield.
That's Watkins. Malcolm Watkins.
Yes.
Oh, it's Malik.
They said it, but I see Watkins out there too.
He was a big addition to this Frontier defense.
So it looks like they're going to mark this back at the 18-yard line for a loss of 2 for Dilly. Not too sure if the cheerleaders know that they are on offense. They said, looking good, Big D.
I think they just figured that out right now.
Shout out to the cheerleaders. Doing a good job. I don't want to know what side of the football. So 2nd down and 12. Got another penalty on the play. This one's coming from the side judge on the Frontier side.
Are they going to call offensive pass interference on a pick?
We're going to find out right now if that is going to be a pick.
So the flag came out when the ball was thrown.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense due to the cover up. That penalty is declined. It's now 3rd down.
They declined the penalty because of where they made the tackle at. Was no gain on the play. It looks like that pass was
3rd and 12, and it looks like Frontier wants a timeout.
Number 7.
Discuss this because they're going to try to make sure that they do not give up any more yards on this because they know that they've got Samuel Gonzalez over here.
He's got a leg.
So right now, this looks like this would be a 35-yard kick, possibly 37, depending on where they set up to hold. And in this situation for Garces, you want 2 things. You want to be able to make sure that this, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you make it a little bit more manageable. But you're trying to pick up any kind of yardage possible to give Samuel Gonzalez a little bit better of a look. And typically, you don't want to run it to the middle of the field to get him a kick right down the middle.
The thing is, you have to make it as easy as you can for your kicker. Yes, you can make a 45-yard kick, but this is still high school. Kicks get blocked more often in high school than they do in college and NFL. I'd say combined.
You wouldn't tell by all the blocks, though, this year in the NFL. Tell that to the Rams.
Yeah, they got 2 of them.
Oh, so they did pick up some yardage on that. That's what I was looking at. And they had to tell Coach Bandy. So now the ball is going to be set up.
3rd and 8.
It looks like, 3rd and 8. So this is going to be from the 14-yard line.
It's another shotgun set. This should be another quick throw.
And it is. Gomez looking
too far.
And it's going to be too far. So now it's 4th and 8.
And the field goal unit comes back on.
So now you got right about a 31, 32-yard field goal for Gonzalez. Definitely manageable considering he just hit for 45. And this is going to be an opportunity for them to go back up by 6.
Yeah, just put pressure on Frontier's offense again.
So left hash.
32-yard attempt.
So they set up about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I'd like to give a little extra room for Gonzalez. Good snap. Good hold. The kick is up.
Nearly.
Blocked, as you said. It is good.
With the field goal.
Simeus almost got there. Number 7 for Frontier. He was about a millimeter from blocking that.
Nonetheless, two field goals.
Band 77. Once again, that's the and cheerleader parents. If you could please
They're playing good football, and they're playing consistent football.
And again, that's a win right there for the Garces Rams offense.
Yeah,
to be able to go down there and continue to keep it within 6 points there.
Everybody's talking about Big Fat Frontier. The way you beat them is you've got to stay consistent. Keep putting points up on the board.
So 13-7 with 3:34 remaining in this second quarter. Samuel Gonzalez, who's hit 2 field goals so far tonight. Is going to be kicking off, and he has not allowed a return so far tonight. He's kicked both of these, or excuse me, 3 kickoffs into the end zone so far tonight. We'll see if it's going to be a 4th.
And
it looks like it is going to be a touchback again. Sammy Gonzalez tonight. Again, say what you will about these guys out on the field that are nice. Sammy Gonzalez is really the difference in the game.
Special teams. That's why we play 3 phases of football. Offense has kind of gone Garces' way. Defense, more Frontier for keeping them in check. But special teams, Garces is winning the game based off of special teams. All the touchbacks in 6 points. You're up by 6. Now, can your defense get a stop? Because you get the ball out of the half.
Frontier 20. They start off 1st and 10, 3:44 remaining in the game. And a nice run right there brought down by Sylvester King. That was Mather. That gets it up about 7 yards to the 27-yard line, making it a 2nd and 3. And Frontier's got to move the football here pretty quickly.
Yeah, these 3 minutes go by pretty quickly. And they do have 2 timeouts. 3 minutes and 2 timeouts to work with.
Defense is well rested here for Frontier. Garces had the football for just over 4 minutes of gameplay, but probably about 20 minutes of real time.
It's a pass by Mather.
So they've actually handed it off to Mather. Nothing at all by Mather, who's leading the
We got a flag. We got a flag. What are they going to call it? Could this be celebration and you back it up 15? Or is this on Frontier?
It might be on Frontier because I didn't see Lafotu do too much. And Lafotu's done this before. He's had some picks. Oh, wow. So that's Isaiah Flores that they got on that unsportsmanlike. That's Flores' first unsportsmanlike penalty of the game. Again, remember, just like technical fouls in basketball, you get 2 of them, you're bounced. So, wow, that was a very risky play right there. And high risk.
But look how much it backs him up with the penalty.
It takes him back to the 44-yard line. So they would have had it at the 29-yard line. So Garces gets the football right back with 3 minutes to play.
2 interceptions by Frontier tonight. Garces' defense has really showed up in a big way so far. Can they keep this momentum up? And can Garces score before the half? They have a chance to actually double up because they get the ball out of the break.
So let's see if Tyler Ferguson is going to try to take the top off of this defense right here. Looks like they're in quarters coverage right now, and they hand the ball to Dilly. Dilly is going to drag Frontier to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 6. Clock will continue to run. The Rams still have 1 timeout remaining. The Titans have 2.
6, Brandon Thomas on the stop. 2nd down.
So one of the things that Frontier is, they want this clock to really run out in this situation. They are fine if they can just keep it right here or get the ball right back with 2:25 remaining. Like you said, they could double up in this situation. And Samuel Gonzalez is that weapon that they've got to be able to use even if they get it down inside the 25-yard line.
Get a field goal. You're up 9. You're still up 2 possessions. It'd be so important to do that against Frontier.
Now he's got
delay game.
No, it's going to be a delay game now.
The second one of the game.
And that takes away, that run right there for Dilly. So it's going to set up 2nd and 11 from the 45-yard line. Any update from around town?
Drillers and Eagles are tied at 7. They're entering the second half. And from what I've heard from an inside source is the Drillers look way more dominant up front, which is surprising to me.
Yeah, considering the size difference, I mean, again, they're really built on speed and strength.
Well,
As we got Gomez is going to be intended for 4, Tresson Wallace.
For Wallace with Simius on coverage, but a very dangerous throw because Simius gets a handle on that. It's a house call.
So now you got a minute and 58. Clock stops.
And it's 3rd and 11. You're going to get Frontier the ball back with 2 timeouts, potentially.
At least in this situation, what you're going to want to try to do is at least get close to the sticks if this is going to be a pass play. So you're trying to run something.
Try and get one of those one-on-ones.
Yep. As we've got, again, man coverage now. Gomez steps up into the pocket. He's moving to his left. He's going to have a man, and he's going to get dragged down. So he's going to pick up 3 yards. And now we've got a timeout. It looks like I think Frontier is going to call one of their 2 timeouts.
That is such an important tackle by Brandon Thomas. Gomez had the first down in his sights. He had green grass because there was only one guy out there that was going to block him. And Gomez was chased down by Thomas. What a play by Thomas.
Gomez definitely disappointed. He's coming off the sideline. Going to go talk to his quarterback coach and offensive coordinator, Tyler Ferguson. You know, at first when I met up with Tyler before the season, I didn't realize it was Tyler. I hadn't seen him maybe since pre-pandemic. He had a lot of tattoo work done.
No kidding.
Tyler, how many tattoos when you were So
4th and 8.
yeah, 4th and 8.
They're going to punt this. Give the ball back to Frontier. Back to return is Watkins, but this might be going. The safe bet here is just to kick it straight into the end zone and just let Frontier take it to the 20 because you don't want Watkins returning.
You're also going to want to watch for a fake. Possible false start, sides, excuse me. Hey, they had a false start, against Garces. I just seen somebody move.
5 more back. It'll be 4th and 13.
That was number 21 that moved, Alexander Savage.
Operator, please set the game clock to 1 minute and 48 seconds. 1:48.
Independence has gone up 20-0 over Highland. Looks like at the half. In the second quarter, up 21-7 over the Blades. So we're going to get a high kick. Oh, no. Sure.
Nowhere.
For Garces. And it
not
goes back there. Oh, my goodness. But we've got a penalty flag also. Again, I Steve, you got this over there.
Did he run into the kicker?
The kicker, not enough for a first down, obviously.
No, but
it was a 4th and 13.
If it's roughing, it's 15. Holding.
He didn't decline that one. Oh my goodness. And that's enforced at the end of the play. I thought maybe that was a replay or you decline it.
Wow.
But add to that, and that's an aggregate negative in that situation. Holy moly. They would have been better throwing an interception.
Cool score update. Nearing the end of the first half, Bakersfield Christian 7, Bakersfield High School 7.
We got 1st and 10 now for Frontier at their own 43-yard line. Excuse me, that was a 4-yard aggregate right there for Garces on that. Mather up the middle. He's going to take it to the 48-yard line for a pickup of 5. So 2nd and 5, and Liberty still has 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, I wonder when Bandy is going to use that timeout, but they got to get down the field.
So we got Campbell. Pass up. And makes the tackle and he's inside the foul. That's number 2, Adam. We did not even have highlighted here. He gets it down to the 40-yard line.
Out in the slot. Just one of those plays out in the slot. And Frontier has a chance to
Cameron Kelly
just
tackle.
capitalize.
48-yard connection right there. And this is going to be a touchdown for Mather, and the Titans are going to go up again. Now, 18. What a disastrous last minute for Garces. They had it to where they had an interception, had a 1st and 10, were able to milk out the clock, so we put 3 more points on the board for Samuel Gonzalez, and then they get the terrible run, and then a pass right there, followed up by a 40-yard touchdown for Mather. Wow.
You couldn't have executed that drive any better if you were Frontier. That was on a frozen rope throw to Adam Taylor, and then Mather seals it off, and Frontier
looking to go up. High snap. Kick is up, and it is good. Frontier has taken a 14-3 lead after Garces has pretty much dominated the time of possession in the first half. But the Rams are going to have 52 seconds, and they got a timeout to see if they can make something happen. Maybe get some points on the board with Samuel Gonzalez's leg. Wow.
And they get the ball out of the break. So you have a ton of options here if you're Garces. You could even take I don't expect them to take a knee, but I expect them to maybe get some fire. Just get some fire out, and even if they don't get 7, they can rely on Gonzalez getting a good 3 points. Put you in the lead at halftime against a top 5 school in the section.
Wow. Ball's going to fall off the tee there. So number 37, Boozer, is going to reset it, kicking from his 40-yard line. Looks like you've got Isaiah Flores and
Davis and Flores back to receive.
Landon Davis back deep to receive. Boozer with a kick that's going to be taken by Flores at the 16-yard line. Flores is going to head from left to right, looking for a crease, and he does not get that. Great tackle right there. Anna Machado.
He's had a night so far. We got an injury, and I believe it is Flores.
Oh, that's a big blow if that's Flores, because Flores is one of their weapons on offense and a fantastic player on defense as well, too, playing that free safety position. As the ball was taken 15 yards on that return.
Yeah, well wishes for Flores. Let's see if he's okay here.
The Rams are going to start 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line with just about 45 seconds to play. And Flores is able to get up. He's shaking it off. What's Ash's last name? Your trainer.
Flores up off the field under his own power.
Oh. Esaberry, yeah. Okay. Ashlyn Esaberry, fantastic athletic trainer here, accompanied by Dr. Hamilton from SCOE, the team doctor on site here for Garces. He also is the team doctor for the Bakersfield Condors. We got Gomez out of the shotgun. His pass is complete to Davis. Davis steps out of bounds. Smartly, they whistled him out of bounds at the 33 because he was going to try to head upfield and take up some more of that clock. So 3-yard reception for Davis.
2nd and 7. 41 seconds left. 1 timeout for Garces, because if he did go upfield, Garces probably would have had to burn that final timeout. And you don't want to do that in this situation.
So it's actually only a pickup of 2. They haven't marked at the 33-yard line, 2nd and 8. Gomez rolls to his left. He looks up. He's passed.
What a-
Complete. The clock is going to stop to move the chains. The ball is down to the 36-yard line of the Frontier side of the field.
How did nobody put Frontier?
Actually, the 35. Right. Now, I mean, I don't know how you lose sight of him. 25 seconds now as the clock starts for the Chains. Gomez gets it to Shirley once again, but it was no catch. But typically, they won't even set that football down until they get the Chains set. So I don't know why they actually put that football down and got the clock moving. Interesting right there. But that was a 32-yard connection to Shirley.
17 seconds left with the timeout. Ball is at the 35, so we're looking at a 52-yard field goal here for Gonzalez.
Probably not going to try that one. They may, but again, because if you kick it into the end zone in high school, you can't return it out. Right. So as long as he gets to the end zone, he might give it a shot. And I tell you what, he would definitely want to give that a shot if you ask Samuel. But Gomez
flagged down.
A shotgun. Dilly heads out of bounds, and we do have a penalty with 11 seconds now remaining on the clock.
Could be a legal shift again.
Oh, man. So a 5-yard penalty in that situation in the pro game, that would have either been, that could have been a 10-second runoff, or you would have had to burn your final timeout. But because we're in the high school game, we're going to have now a 2nd and 15.
Llaves. I'm gonna get my parka.
128.
Matthew Aoun. He's not? Yeah. Yeah, Matthew Aoun. He's a receiver. The junior. So here we go. Gomez from his own from the Frontier 40 with 11 seconds remaining. He's going to look up, looked over to his right, and he's got Colby Dilly. Dilly's going to get it.
6 seconds.
They get it out of bounds to, looks like about the 37-yard line.
54-yard field goal. Do you try it here?
Nope, it looks like they're going to try to take a shot here.
Unless it's a quick out route and you just get in field position. Because they do have a timeout, they haven't used it.
So 3rd and 12 from the 37-yard line. We're going to see if maybe they try to get a quick pass in over the middle, get down, call a timeout, and get your kicking unit out there. But a fumbled snap, Gomez is just going to throw it out of bounds. But again, that's going to be a loss of down. He had nobody out in that area. It was not outside the pocket. Got it to the line of scrimmage at least, but he had nobody in the area.
And the clock runs out.
Well, it's 1 second. They're going to have 4th down, but if you're Garces, even if it doesn't run out, what you're going to want to do is just sit on this football.
It's definitely grounding.
So intentional grounding against Garces.
Yeah, it's a 10-second. Oh.
So again, in this situation, if you're a coach, you either try to take a Hail Mary on this situation. You call your timeout. I mean, you can't take your timeouts with you into the second half.
No.
So in this situation, call the timeout. Maybe see what you can do with 1 second here, and they're going to get the football back.
Right. To be only down 14-13 in a game like this, a lot of emotions are high. Garces has put together the game plan. They're creating turnovers, and their time of possession is really good. However, Frontier strikes in a blink of an eye, and that's why they're so dangerous, and that's why a lot of the Central Section teams fear them. One, they've beaten Clovis High. And every win Clovis gets is going to benefit Frontier as long as Frontier wins out.
So now we're going to have a 4th and 25 from the 50. The second big loss of yards on an intentional grounding, one for each quarterback. If you remember, earlier in this quarter, Campbell took a 13-yard loss, and now Gomez takes a 12-yard loss. So here we go.
They're going to rush 3. And Frontier going to toss it over.
Take their final timeout. Yeah, it looks like they had a 30 front set up, and they've got everybody back there. I'm really surprised you don't see a Kobe Watson back there playing free safety to try to knock the football down. Or even in the situation where he gets an interception, he has a chance to run that thing back. You know, so maybe that's one of the things that they see out there is they're like, hey, why don't we put one of our biggest weapons out there and try to intercept this thing? So have some drama over at West High at Valhalla. You've got West only down 1 to visiting Tehachapi 21-20. And I tell you, both Tehachapi and West were big East High fans today because if East High having to knock off North High, you have an opportunity to win that Mountain League.
No question.
Out in Arvin, 14-14 tie, Bulldogs from Golden Valley going on the road and tying it up in Arvin at half. Battle of Delano, Chavez 7-7 with the Tigers.
Really? Wow.
All right, here we go. Gomez gets it out to a short pass. They're going to get a couple blocks here. Head right up. He's just going to be able to pick up nothing much, just 25 yards there for Trayson Wallace. It's going to look good on the stats, but it really amounts to nothing but a big play right before the half.
And that's half. Garces gets the ball out of the break. 14-13. Frontier on top.
We're going to take a quick timeout here. Be back for second half action right at Sam Tobias Field on Huddle and YouTube.
Hold on, it's not playing. You ready? reband first. Stand member Madison Arlar. I plan on majoring in architecture as well as pursuing or improve more on my art. I'd like to thank Mr. Ortega for making me appreciate music more as a whole, my parents for supporting me in the path I will continue to take, and my sister Kinsey for being a moral compass. Thank you, Madison. Ian Cantor. Ian plans to pursue a career in the medical field or engineering. I would like to thank my hardworking and supporting mom and dad who sacrificed a lot for me and my siblings, my friends, and my family, Garces, and God throughout my life. Thank you, Ian. Chase Kirschenman. Chase plans to go to college and would like to thank his friends Cohen, John, and my parents. Thank you, Chase. Thomas Lake. Thomas plans to go to college, get a degree in international business or marketing, live on my own, and continue to game. A special thanks to my parents, safe travels to them, and everyone else in my family and friends. Thank you, Thomas. Josephine Macias. Josephine's plans after graduation, she plans to go to a good college and become a NICU nurse, and hopefully after that have a successful life and family. I want to thank my parents, especially my dad, along with my brother who gave me a ride every day. I would also like to thank my friends Lexi, Tara, Bella, Liz, Anna, and Cynthia for all the funny memories we had together. Sung Wong Oh plans on going to college in a big city, thanks to my parents, teachers, and friends. Cynthia Ramirez. Cynthia's plans after graduation is to study psychology in hopes of becoming a teacher. I would like to thank my dad for all of the sacrifices he made for me and my aunts and uncles for being my support. Additionally, thank you to my grandparents for everything they have done for me. I love you all. Thank you, Cynthia. Diego Ruiz. Diego plans to go to college to study electrical engineering. After graduation, though, I plan to go to In-N-Out and get a double-double without onions. I wish to thank my mom, my dad, and my family, my friends, God, and Garces for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Diego. Noah Sang.
After Noah graduates, he plans to attend college and majoring in nursing. Once I become an RN, I'd like to specialize in the ICU. I'd like to thank my teachers, my parents, my siblings, and my friends for making my experience at high school wonderful. Thank you, Noah. And now we'd like to celebrate our senior cheerleaders. Mackenzie Aralar. Mackenzie Aralar has been a member of the Garces cheer team for 2 years and is joined tonight by her parents. In addition to cheer, she is involved in the swim team, Link Crew CSF, the Future Medical Professionals Club, the In Your Shoes Club, and ASB. Her favorite memory at Garces is the unforgettable moments and laughter she shared with her friends, Mackenzie. Mackenzie would like to thank her parents for their constant love and support, Georgia for always being encouraging and uplifting, and the wonderful moms who dedicate their time to helping with the cheer team. Thank you, Mackenzie. Gabriella Bartolotti. 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 Gabriella has been a dedicated member of the Garces cheer team for all 4 years of high school. She has also played on the varsity lacrosse team her junior year and will be returning to the field again this season. Gabriella is joined tonight by her two best friends, her mom and her dad. In addition to cheer and lacrosse, she serves as an ASB officer and co-treasurer and has been a proud member of FFA for all 4 years. Her favorite memory at Garces is her very first freshman year football game and tailgate. She vividly remembers how excited she and her friends from St. Francis were as they began their high school journey, spending every day together that summer and making memories she wouldn't trade for the world. Gabrielle would like to thank her amazing parents for shaping her into the young woman she is today. She is grateful for her mom for always pushing her to do her best and for bringing joy to every situation, and to her dad, her best bud, for always finding the light even on the hard days. She admits that he was right when she said everything would be okay. He said everything would be okay. Gabriella also extends heartfelt thanks to her dear friend Gabby Hernandez for patiently helping her learn cheers during that first summer, and to her incredible coach Georgia for the countless laughs, encouragement, and lessons, both on and off the sidelines. Finally, Gabriella expresses deep appreciation to everyone who has supported her along the way and helped to make these past 4 years so unforgettable and full of happiness. Thank you, Gabriella. Grace Carver. Grace Carver has been a member of the Garces cheer team for all 4 years of high school and has cheered on varsity since her sophomore year. She also has been a competitive cheerleader for 13 years. Tonight, she is joined by her parents and her two little brothers, Jack and Brock. Outside of Garces cheer, Garces Grace serves as a Project Lead the Way officer, is involved in several clubs on campus, and is a member of both CSF and NHS. Her favorite memory at Garces was cheering at her last homecoming game, a moment that reminded her how lucky she is to be part of a school with such a strong sense of community and how much she will truly miss it. Grace would like to thank her parents for always going above and beyond for her and for working hard to provide her with so many amazing experiences. She also extends her gratitude to Georgia for her leadership and support over the past 4 years, and to her friends and teammates who have made these years so special and memorable. Thank you, Grace. Jocelyn Cortez. Jocelyn Cortez, also celebrating her 18th birthday tonight, has been a member of the Garces Varsity cheer team for 3 years, serving as co-captain. She is joined this evening by her parents. Beyond cheer, Jocelyn has been dancing since the age of 4 and is now in her 9th season on a competitive dance team. She is also the senior class president and participates in the Latina Leaders Club, FFA, and the Garces dance team, and the varsity lacrosse team. One of her favorite memories at Garces is doing Secret Santa with her cheer team during Christmas time, a tradition that always brings laughter and joy. Jocelyn would like to thank Georgia for encouraging her to join cheer her sophomore year and for always showing her love and support. She also extends a heartfelt thank you to her parents for their unwavering encouragement and for always believing in her. Thank you, Jocelyn. Ariel Ariel has been a member of the Garces cheer team for 4 years and is joined today by her mom and dad. Throughout her time at Garces, she has been involved in the National Honor Society, CSF, and the Future Medical Professionals Club. Outside of school, she has been playing piano since the age of 4 and volunteers weekly at Memorial Hospital. One of her favorite memories at Garces was spending her last homecoming dance with her friends. She would like to thank her mom for always pushing her to be the best she can be, her dad for continually encouraging her, and her brother Leo for always making her laugh when she's having a bad day. Thank you, Ariel. Juliana Garcia. Juliana Garcia has been a member of the Garces Memorial Cheer Team for 3 years and is joined tonight by her mom and dad, a younger sister, and her younger brother. In addition to cheer, she is an active member of the swim team, ASB, and Link Crew, and she serves as president of the Future Medical Professionals Club on campus. One of her favorite memories at Garces has been attending all the school dances with her best friends. Juliana would like to thank her parents for encouraging her to never stop being ambitious and for giving her the opportunity to receive a private Catholic school education. She also extends her gratitude to her siblings and niece for their constant support and to her teammates and best friends who have made every season so memorable. Thank you, Juliana. Gabby Hernandez. Gabby Hernandez has been a member of the Garces cheer team for all 4 years of high school, spending 3 years on varsity and 1 year on junior varsity. In addition to cheer, she also competes on the varsity lacrosse and soccer teams. Tonight, she is joined by her mom and dad, her little sister Penelope, and both sets of grandparents, Nick and Norma, and Connie and Steve. Gabby is deeply involved on and off campus, serving as Garces ASB co-reporter alongside her friend Addie Roberts. She is an active member of the Garces FFA program, where she shows market goats at the Kirk County Fair and participates in the Helping Hands Club. We're ambassadors in both the school's Latino Leaders Club and the Latino Leaders of Kirk County as a senior member. Her favorite memory at Garces is this year's rally night, which brought back a beloved tradition. Seeing the incredible turnout and the joy on everyone's faces reminded her that Garces truly is one big family. She is proud of her hard work and dedication her ASB class puts into every event. Gabby would like to thank her entire family, both those standing by her side tonight and those cheering from the stands, for their endless love and encouragement through every season of life. She is especially grateful to her mom and dad for their unwavering support, and to Mrs. Rossi for making FFA such a meaningful part of her high school experience. Gabby also thanks her teacher and Latina Leaders mentor, Silver Edwards, for guiding her throughout her 4 years at Garces. To her closest friends, Isela and Addie, she shares her love and gratitude for always bringing laughter and joy, especially during early morning practices. Finally, Gabby extends a heartfelt thank you to her best friends, her biggest hype squad, partners in chaos, and ride or dies for making high school truly unforgettable. She credits them all for helping her become the person she is today. Claire Jimenez. Claire Jimenez has been a member of the Garces cheer team for 3 years and is joined tonight by her parents, brothers, and sister. In addition to cheer, Claire has been an active member of FFA for all 4 years and also participates in soccer and track. Her favorite memories at Garces include homecoming week and powder puff, where she loved seeing her entire class come together and share in the fun of school spirit. Claire would like to thank Georgia for making cheer such an enjoyable experience, her parents for always supporting her in everything she does, and her siblings for teasing her endlessly, but always showing up to cheer her on and make the moments even more special. Thank you, Claire. Addison Roberts. Addie Roberts has been a member of the Garces cheer team for 2 years and is joined tonight by her parents, Jeremy and Kamir Roberts, and her little brother, Joe Roberts. In addition to cheer, Addie serves as an ASB officer, is a member of the National Honor Society, and is part of the Kairos leadership team. She also has been on the dive team all 4 years of high school. Her favorite memory at Garces has been every moment when the school comes together to share pride and love as one big family. Addie would like to thank her parents for always pushing her to be her best and for the many sacrifices they have made. She extends a special thank you to her Anna Roberts for helping make her Garces education possible, to Georgia for persistently encouraging her to join the cheer team, and to all her amazing teammates who have become like family. Thank you, Addie. Alora Townsend. Alora Townsend has been a dedicated member of the Garces cheer team for 4 years and is joined tonight by her parents, Annalisa and Trevor Townsend, along with her siblings. Beyond cheer, Alora is deeply involved on campus as the president of the Garces Memorial FFA chapter, an ASB officer, and a member of the swim team, CSF and NHS. Her favorite memory of Garces is singing the alma mater with the entire school, a moment that always reminds her how lucky she is to be a Ram and attend Garces. Alora would like to thank her parents for their endless love and support, especially her mom for the hard work she puts into Garces cheer. She also extends her gratitude to Georgia and all the coaches who have guided her throughout her 4 years on the squad, as well as the teammates who have been by her side since the very beginning. Thank you, Alora.
We have one more, and then we get started with the second half. But we're gonna have 3-minute warm up. But first half thoughts.
Here we go.
From the Garces Varsity cheer years.
Garces has put together a really good game plan. For Frontier to be up is kind of amazing because Garces has controlled the game. They've controlled time of possession. They've been on schedule. And they've created 2 turnovers. How fast does Garces strike coming out of this break? They got to get points up and put some pressure on Frontier.
Yeah, and it looks as if when I was down there, Ferguson and Campbell had that look at. We let them back into this game after we had them down, and their spirits were down as well too. But again, this is where you're stepping onto a field with a defending section champion, defending Southern California champion.
Yeah.
These guys have been in games like this, and so when you're a young team, young coaching staff, you got to know that it takes a little bit more than athleticism in order to overcome games like this with opponents like you're going to have on the other side of the field.
This is the same Frontier team that beat Clovis a few weeks ago, and Garces is hanging around. And that is scary for some teams because you let teams hang around. All it takes is one play, and it's an L on your record.
And again, Garces has the playmakers to be able to do it. I mean, Mark Gomez, a fantastic sophomore quarterback. I mean, he looks a lot like how Campbell looked when he was a sophomore. How even a guy who's on the sideline right now for Frontier, who transferred over from Highland, Preston Mendez, who I don't even know why Preston's over there.
He is over there. He has a torn ACL. He'll be out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
He's only a junior, and he's probably going to be the starter next year.
Mark Gomez, again, we were just getting right back over to him. He's got the weapons on that other side as well, too. You've seen how capable Colby Dilly is out of the backfield to be able to catch a pass, but you still got Braxton Shirley, who seems like he is just a for sure target. He's that safety valve that you have on the Garces side of the field. Or if you need a 5-yard pickup, if you need 6 yards, or if they forget about him, stretch the field like he did a little bit earlier, got in that soft spot of the defense for Frontier.
I wonder what Frontier's adjustments are. I want to see if they try and start doubling Shirley. Maybe it's going to free up some of those other weapons. Treshawn Wallace is getting targets. So I want to see what the Frontier coaches saw in that first half, where they can make adjustments.
Let's try to add up some yardage here for Garces in the first half. Let's see how much total offense they had as well as Frontier. Got any more scores for us before we kind of get moving into this? I know you were checking before we came up here.
I got all the scores. I mean, well, we don't have time to run through all of them, but we'll go through some of the more important ones. Bakersfield High leads Bakersfield Christian 14-7. Independence leads Highland 27-7. Tehachapi leads West High 28-20. North High leads East 21-7. Ridgeview leads Stockdale 8-0. Shafter leads Kennedy 35-21. Delano and Chavez tied at halftime at 7. Golden Valley and Arvin are tied at 21. Foothill leads Del Oro 15-0. And that's from the Kern County side of things as we get ready to start this second half. I don't know what to expect. I've seen a lot of football this season. I've seen crazy games. I've seen low-scoring games. Frontier loves these type of games. They're always in these battles. So who knows what could happen here.
Local score update at the end of the third quarter. BHS leads Bakersfield Christian 14-7.
So because of that one last play, Mark Gomez went over 101 yards of passing in the second quarter alone. He had 76 yards before that 25-yard connection right at the end there. So 101 yards passing just in the second quarter for Mark Gomez.
He's just playing like a true sergeant leader. And he looks like a veteran out there. He's living in this moment to where Bakersfield High wasn't going to give this option to him, which is why he transferred to Garces. Play with all these guys. I mean, this is a Billion Boys roster minus a couple of these guys. Short
kick is going to get bounced and taken at the 18-yard line. Looks like that's Isaiah Flores. Flores is going to take it up to the 36.
Garces stays on schedule. They can really make it hurt here. What adjustments were made by Frontier?
And we're going to find out what was really done on the defensive side because, again, even though they've got the lead, time of possession and total yards have gone to Garces. I'm still adding this all up here. So we got a 42-yard kick for Boozer on that kickoff. And an 18-yard return for Flores. It'll set up 1st and 10 from the Garces 36-yard line.
Been a lot of shotgun and single back tonight for Garces.
Gomez steps back, looks left, and he's got a man. Looks like that's going to be Davis. Davis going to pick up 5 yards to the 40-yard line.
Great first down play, though. Try not to get in any negative spots and get positive yards. And, every 5 yards is going to be a first down every time. So great start for the Rams.
So they'll call it 4 yards up to the 40-yard line, 2nd and 6. But like you said, and as you get Davis that comes back into the game after getting the play from Tyler Ferguson, he's going to split wide right. And got Shirley also one of the upbacks. Got a very tight set here. Now you're going to split Colby Dilly out to the right.
One.
Gomez is going to look. It looks like he was wanting to go Dilly at first, then goes to his left. Got a penalty flag that is down. It's thrown from the umpire's perspective.
This looked like holding or ineligible man downfield. It could have been one of those, but regardless, it looks like it's going to come back. Could be 2nd and 11.
So let's see what we got here. We're going to hear from head referee Brian Landis. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is a huge penalty. Illegal hands to the face. Personal foul. 15-yard penalty, so it's going to take it up to the Frontier 45-yard line after the 15-yard penalty and a first down.
The only penalties again by Frontier are just moving the chains for Garces.
And these are one of those things. These are one of these film sessions that when they get back Sunday, usually all these coaches will meet up on a Sunday, watch some NFL football, but break down some film. They're going to look at this and say, look, we are shooting ourselves in the foot right here. These are the hidden yards of the game, the penalty yards.
Got an update. Touchdown, Bakersfield Christian, but the extra point is missed, and it's 14-13.
14-13, just like it is here. You hear that, Coach? Same score here as at Bakersfield Christian. 14-13 after a missed extra point. So we're keeping everybody updated here. There's a lot of good football happening around Curry County today, as well as in the central section.
No kidding. We're 3 weeks away from playoffs, and just these games are starting to heat up. Which teams are going to get hot? You got to get hot at the right time, right before the postseason, because you do not have a bet. You don't have a good game, you're done.
Things are heating up, and the temperatures are dropping as we got people out here with their jackets on, parkas on. Feels like football weather.
I love it.
So that's a 5-yard penalty against
Low
Garces. Low snap picked up by Gomez. Gets it to Shirley. Shirley's going to try to head outside, and he is brought down quickly by number 7, Malik Simius.
No flag on the play.
Oh, it was blocked. The extra point was blocked. So it was. That's what makes it 14-13.
Wow. That's a big play right there. So
if they win this game, I'm going to find out who blocked that extra point.
You're also going to find out from BHS fans how much they didn't like your pick.
I am fried. That's the last school I want to hear that from.
And here we go. Ball handed off to Kobe Dilly on jet sweep. He gets it past the 40-yard line.
Give me third short, though.
Yep. And we've got a penalty flag, and that comes from head referee Brian Landis.
This might come from this might be on tier.
Because typically you see a helmet flying off. It could be a face mask, but the umpire is facing the other way. It looks like he's going to march this back. Oh, wow.
Oh.
You play with your helmet off.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah, usually if you put your helmet off after the whistle, you get stuck on your helmet from coaches like Van Horn, but now you get 15 yards instead of a good. That's an unfortunate penalty right there because this is.
Now it's 3rd and 16.
Yeah, because this becomes a 3rd down. Yeah, like you said, 16 from the 48-yard line, the Garces 40.
That pass is moving up to 28. There's Chavez. Right on the number 10.
Offense, jump to it. We've got the ball, let's move it. Offense, jump to it. We've got the ball, let's move it. 2 more. Offense, jump to it. We've got the ball, let's move it. Last time. Offense, jump to it. We've got the ball, let's move it.
During the return, either the block in the back. Return team number 10. Out contestants to the goal. First down. I don't know who the ball carrier was. I don't know exactly. Yeah, it's really kind of hard to concentrate right now. Walk of the ball carrier back down to 7. Just to do this. This is not an interesting First down tackles.
GHS, the green, the white, the vest. GHS, the green, the white, the vest. 2 more. GHS, the green, the white, the vest. Last time. GHS, the green, the white, the vest. Defense attack, push that line back. Defense attack, push that line back. Defense attack, push that line back. Defense attack, push that line
They were cut down by number 11, Clark Thomas. Raiders right here, but down 54, late tackle. That's a second down.
Defense. 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 Two more defense. Last time defense.
Number 5, Walker, the goal got down by number 68. Number 5, Walker, the ball carrier. Led initially by number 5, Randall Davis in the backfield, eventually got down by number 58, Samuel Pulte. Get those 50 tickets ready. We'll be winning a ticket here soon. Number 5, Randall Davis.
Do you want to be a Ram or not? Yeah!
Once again, get those 50 tickets ready. We will be pulling our winning ticket momentarily.
One more time!
Number 4, Nova was carried. Led initially by number 28, Isaiah Chavez. But the help the rest of the D line. With 9 to the attack.
Hold on, defense, hold on. Hold on, defense, hold on. Last time, hold on, defense, hold on.
All right, folks, here we go. 50-50 time. Ticket number 1720058. 1720058. 1720058. If you have a winning ticket, please head up to the press box.
Is that the winning ticket? Is that the winning ticket? I'll take it. I'll grab the other side, sir.
You had to yell it because they all started with the 2, not a 1. Let's go, Todd. Thanks for the noise.
Stand up, stand up, stand up, 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 up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, 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 up. 2 more, stand up, stand up, stand up, 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 up. Last time, stand up, stand up, stand up, 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 up.
Local score update. With less than a minute to go, Rachel Christian takes the lead with a late field goal, 16-14. Really the ball carrier up down to number 85. Max Sanchez. It's a second down. That will take us to the end of the third quarter. Where the Michigan Century Titans lead the Garces Rams. And at this time, I'd like to make a personal acknowledgement of the four students who are celebrating their senior night tonight. From Dan, Cynthia Ramirez. Cynthia, where are you? There you are. From here, Gabby Hernandez. Claire Hernandez. And Gabby Borlani. Just yesterday, I was coaching all four of you for JV soccer for your freshman year. In the middle of the night, you were all now seniors here. Congratulations on your senior night. Enjoy the rest of your senior year from your coach, Pete. It's now fourth down.
Side of the field with their hands out. Coach Campbell, one of them.
He definitely blocked him way after the play. Like, the play was definitely 10 yards. Definitely should have been a flag there, but
Ball's now at the 48-yard line after a pickup of 17 yards on that run play from Riley.
And this is how Frontiers just starts to wear you down in this third and fourth quarter. That's when they play their best.
Riley once again off left side. Picks up maybe about 6 yards up to the 42-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd and 4. All right, and so now apparently we're back on again. Didn't know if the audio was cutting in and out.
Good.
10.5 minutes to play in this game. And again, one thing for sure is that Titans are pretty deep on that side of the football as well, too. This is about the 5th guy that's run the football so far today for them. Ooh, almost a fumble right there. Mather was able to recover it in his own hands.
Going to be a first
now you
down,
got a big flag.
And it's coming back.
And that's not a very smart play. And again, you've seen this from Frontier as they go down. They're trying to get those pancakes. If you notice in the stats that I have over there, they're one of maybe 4 teams that I've seen on Max Preps that keep the stats on pancake block going down the field. They want to get these linemen recruited at some point, but that's going to go down as a penalty.
It's just silly. It's just another silly penalty by Frontier, and it's just going to push it back 15 more yards.
Yeah, so they got it up to about the 35-yard line for a gain of 7.
Personal foul, late hit. Offense number 59. The
Wow.
line the game was made, therefore, the play results in a first down. It'll be 1st and 10.
So you hear that this is going to be a first down because they got there because it was a dead ball after the play penalty. So now it's going to bring the ball back to the 50-yard line.
We got a final from Kennedy. Shafter wins it 42-35.
Wow.
So Shafter Wasco in a couple weeks will be for the league championship.
Are you going to be up there for that one?
I will definitely be up there for that one.
Okay. And where will that game be played?
That's going to be at Shafter.
At Shafter, wow. So not too far of a drive for you. So we get the ball up to the 44-yard line. It looks like, no, 45, so a 5-yard gain. And that was Mather, right?
That was Mather.
For 5.
Mather
Again.
for 5. 2nd and 5 here.
9.5 to play. Again, Garces looking for a potential turnover. Either way, they want to be able to get this football back. Only down a score. And I can tell you this, that Frontier really did not want to be in this close of a ball game against Garces.
Not at all.
And now the ball is given up. Looks like that is
It's Walker.
Walker.
Third down and about 3.
It looks like they get the ball at about to the 43-yard line.
Number 80, Quinn Kronfeld with the tackle.
Big game, big day of college football again, too, tomorrow. What could be the final Notre Dame USC rivalry game if the colleges do not make an agreement over the offseason.
They should, though.
They should. And that's what.
It's tradition. College football rides on tradition. Big third down here for Frontier.
Here we go. 3rd and 3. Campbell out of the shotgun. They try to draw Garces offsides, but they don't. And out of the shotgun, they get the ball to Walker. And a great pickup right there by the defensive line, Matthew Aoun, and also number 27, Jesse Rivas.
Number 5, Walker, the ball carrier, 28.
And they're going to. Mather checks in. Is this a direct snap here on 4th down?
Right, no gain on that play. So now we got 4th and 3. Could be direct snap. Well, I mean, it worked on the last time, but in this situation, if they spread out, you might see that. We'll see if there's going to be an empty set.
4th and 3. They might.
Wow.
Frontier's running out of time. They're going to take a timeout here. And they're down to 1 timeout.
When again, in their situation, they're up 7. They could use those timeouts so they can get rid of them because they actually want this clock to run out. But in this situation, this is able for them to set up. And again, they called a timeout before they ran that quarterback keeper right up the middle to score that touchdown.
No question. And This is just another one of these big fourth downs that Frontier wants to keep this clock moving. They got to convert this. We're expecting a run play here, if not a quick slant.
And you got to think they're going to try to look for their big man, Watson.
They're going to try and get Watson and Watkins. If they can get them out on islands, they're going to throw it up to him and get that matchup. If they don't come down with a catch, try and draw a penalty.
Independence final over the Highland Scots, 34-14. Looks like East put up a valiant effort in the first half, but North ran away with it 47-7 down in Oildale. Ridgeview 22-0 final over Stockdale.
And Ridgeview is now playoff eligible.
Congratulations. That's Coach Clonch out there, right?
Yep. With a team that's dealt with a lot of injuries.
And transfers.
Yeah.
We've got, high snap.
High snap.
This is going to be, this might have been the best thing that could have happened for Frontier.
And he gets the first
big
down.
hit. But if not, that was not a design keeper right there. But because that was like a fire drill right there, he had to keep it and just take it left side and head for that first down, and he got it.
And
wow.
And that's what experience brings, especially with Campbell. He's been in these big games before. You know, play A doesn't work. Okay, fine. We'll go to plan B. We'll just take the keeper. All he needed was 3 yards. He got 4.
He got 4.
Down.
And again, it's also good when you got the size that he has as well too. They've got him listed in here as 6'3", 215. So here we go, out of shotgun. Campbell gives it to Mather. Mather's got
big hole.
Yes, he does have a big hole, and he's finally brought down, but not before he takes a couple of Rams with him. Lafotu in on that tackle, as well as Brody Letourneau. But it looks like Frontier Titans really have just said, you know what, we don't need to. We can go ahead and put these pass plays in our pocket, and let's just run the football, run the clock out. To get the ball down to, looks like about the 26-yard line for a gain of 13.
I don't know if you even kick a field goal in this situation. I think you got to try and score. Just make it hurt. This is your chance.
Now ball given to Riley. Riley off left tackle is able to pick up a few yards.
Second down and about.
Looks like he got maybe 2 yards to the 24. No, the angle looks a little bit like he got like 3 yards. He's got 2. He's up to the 24-yard line.
Second down and 8.
And Tehachapi final at West, 42-26. Tehachapi.
Big win for Tehachapi. Riley.
Oh, and he's going to get drugged down from behind.
The Garces defense was there and ready immediately.
That was number 7, Brody Letourneau. But Brody Letourneau went for a bit of a ride as Riley was not first going down. He was tackled right about the original line of scrimmage around the 26, but drugged Letourneau for 2 more yards to get back to a 3rd and 8 situation, so no gain.
It's still 3rd and 8,
and again, in this situation, the Frontier is really looking for a first down. Keep this drive going with just over 5 minutes to play. So here we go. Big 3rd down situation. They're just going to try to get some yardage here because you got to think, like you said, not kicking, probably going to go for it on 4th down. So here we go. Campbell looks up. He's going to look to the
He's got his
end zone and a one-on-one. And we've got a penalty.
Yep.
And I tell you, that was probably a smart pass interference play right there, because if he doesn't interfere, Watkins was going to be able to score that touchdown right there.
Yep, and that's too easy.
So Isaiah Flores was caught for that pass interference. So it's going to be half the distance to the goal on a first down for Frontier.
So they'll have it at the 12.
Pass interference, defense number 6. Enforce half the distance to the goal and results in a first down.
So what amounts to a 12-yard penalty.
That was actually number 5.
That's number 5. That is
So they called that on Davis. Landon Davis.
That's Davis. Under 5 minutes to go. 20-13. Frontier has the ball at the Garces 14.
Ball given up the middle to Mather. Mather with a decent hole to run through, and he's going to pick up a few yards.
Be about second and 5.
Brought down by number 7, Letourneau.
So they're going to be at the 8-yard line. So second and 6 after a 4-yard pickup. 4.5 to go here in this game. Rams defense is looking for a big stop, and I tell you, when they were here playing against Bishop, I know again Bishop, a Division IV school coming down here, down from the mountain. Garces stopped 4 different 4 down and goal situations.
Mather.
But this is not.
Is he in?
This is not Bishop.
Yes,
this is Frontier, and Frontier is able to push it in for the touchdown.
Fallon Mather. And that was insurance that the Titans needed.
So they're going to go up 26-13, depending on what happens with this extra point. Garces are going to really have to dig deep into their playbook to try to see what kind of quick score they can get. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. So if they get a quick score, they have an opportunity to stay in this game, but they're going to need some help from Frontier to be able to make some mistakes. We got number 37 for Frontier, Braden Boozer, out to attempt the extra point. His kick is up, and it is good. 27-13.
Boozer's kick is up and good. And with 4:02 left in the fourth quarter, it's a visiting Frontier.
27-13, Titans take the lead. I tell you, it was probably a very exciting game out in Arvin. Final score, Golden Valley 28, Arvin 27.
Golden Valley is they've lost so many of those close games this year, but they got to win against McFarland. Now they beat Arvin. I think they're 1 win away from being eligible for the playoffs. And
that's pretty big for Coach Kane over there. I know Coach.
Especially with the year that he's been.
Right. For the community and everybody to rally around him, that's pretty huge. Again, James Kane, one of the nicest guys I know around, super dedicated to his players and the community around Golden Valley. So it's good to see that win out there. Tough loss for all the Arvin folks out there.
Davis,
4 minutes to go.
Number 37, Boozer, set the kick.
So have a tie score. Delano and Chavez 14-14.
Wow.
There we go. Landon Davis going to try to string this out. We got a holding penalty against Garces. So
yeah, it'll be coming back
from the spot of the foul. Most likely going to be back now to about the 12, maybe 13-yard line for Garces.
Flag on the play.
So Frontier had the football for about 8 minutes and 10 seconds. That is how, like you said, get the insurance and take the time off the clock.
3:51 to go. We know Garces will be throwing the ball.
And we'll see what Tyler Ferguson has with Mark Gomez to be able to open this up. And knowing this, you see Frontier, they're going to be not necessarily in a prevent defense, but definitely going to be in a situation where they're going to try to prevent the big play. You see free safeties lining up about 20 yards off the football. Gomez with an empty set looks up. He's going to try to look over the middle. And
caught by Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace hangs on to the football as well, too. So they get the ball down to about the 39-yard line.
Now you got to be in hurry up, Garces. Try and get a touchdown, maybe. Try and get a...
Put their hands in the dirt. I haven't forgot about you fellas. Number 52, Fozzie Yaksich. 56, Donovan Quezada. 58, Sonny Lafotu. 64, Andrew Perez. 77, Samuel Medina. The big boys up front, cleared away.
So they're picking up the football, and I don't necessarily know if they called that.
Holding on the offense. Also, pass interference on the defense.
Oh, my goodness.
Offset. After the play,
Taunting.
unsportsmanlike conduct on number 1 of the offense. That 15-yard
Oh, wow.
first down.
So this is going to back it up to the 25-yard line.
Wow.
So like you said, because of that taunting, I didn't see the holding penalty that was back here. It's huge.
Changes everything right there. Wow.
So now it's going to be a 1st and 20 after the penalties.
It's just silly. It's just another silly play. That's 1st and 25.
Gomez, an empty set, and that's probably going to be
That'll be grounding.
a grounding penalty as well too.
Yep.
And yeah, it is. So where he went down, that's where the ball is going to be spotted at.
It is all falling apart for the Rams.
Oh man.
They're going to call grounding on Gomez.
Intentional grounding on the offense.
And he's also going to spin the clock as soon as they get it set.
Now 2nd down.
That's 2nd and a prayer.
So now the ball is going to be spotted at.
All the way back at the 7?
Looks like it's an 8-yard line right there.
8-yard line.
And they would have had it up here if there wasn't a holding. We would have been at the 40, and now we're minus 50 yards right over here. So this is going to be, they need to get to the 45. Yeah, so
2nd and 38.
38, 37, either way.
2nd and a prayer, so this got to be a jump ball here. You got to try and throw it up, try and get some yards. Free blitzer.
And that pass is going to be incomplete.
Gomez pass intended for number 6, Isaiah Flores.
Went through the hands of Flores. 3rd down.
Well, next week, Rams are going to be on the road at Liberty, and following that, going to be at Bakersfield Christian. That's, considering how the Rams competed tonight, they go out to Liberty. They got a shot to win that game as well, too.
I think they're ready for the challenge. They don't have self-inflicted wounds. They could beat Liberty next week, 100%. Frontier's just a different beast, and they're showing why they're one of the best in Bakersfield.
So here we go. Out of the shotgun, Gomez looks up, his pass